Yo, what's good, you guys? It's Boomer and Jared watching Bali Star. Today is a Drake day. You feel me? We're gonna go over a couple videos today, all in regards to Drake. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you caught his newest song. It's called Wagwan Annie. No, Wagwan Delilah. It's play off Hey There Delilah. His own little patois version, so he's still selling us accents, you feel me? But yeah, this video is particularly called, for this one, Chronically Online Girl Explains Drake's Creep Lore, you feel me? This is by a channel called Nicole Raffi, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, we're gonna get into his creepiness. You feel me? Oh snap! Yeah, you know what I'm saying. The light blink on that one is all men. You're about to hit the nail on pin the tail on the donkey with this one. Hit the nail in the head. You feel me? Nail in the coffin type ish. But yeah, without further ado, let's get straight on into it. Let's go.
Kendrick Lamar's album, Damn, meant a whole lot to me, okay? Like, damn! Picture this. Me, 16, midnight, driving home, 30-year-old men from Chipotle. I was gonna say not in a creepy way, but it absolutely was. Dropping off my 30-year-old coworkers who had no money for their own car because they spent it all on weed. And literally the whole time that I'm driving home, I'm thinking to myself, like, why did I say yes to driving these old-ass men home again for the 50th time? All I can hear is like, I got loyalty inside my DNA. Oh my god.
Inside my DNA.
Right stroke, put a baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on a high note. Thank you so much to Kara for sponsoring today's video. We maybe make it easy for you guys. There is a QR code on screen that you guys can scan. Thank you so much, Kara. So as much as Damn, the album by Kendrick Lamar, was very forming of my young adult life, teenage life. I was a teenager, I was a child. I was a child driving old men home because they didn't have a car and they guilted me. The album by Kendrick Lamar was very forming of my young adult life, teenage life. I was a teenager, I was a child. I was a child driving old men home because they didn't have a car and they guilt. Break up with my ex-boyfriend. Do not ask how One Dance, Controlla, and Hotline Bling convinced me to break up with my boyfriend, but it somehow did. And for that, I'll always be grateful. However, one thing I will not be grateful for is that Drake is a certified freak, and not in a good way. Now, I've gotten a lot of comments about people being like, Nicole, please do the Kendrick Lamar versus Drake drama, lore, beef. Just cover it all, Nicole. I hear you. However, there are much better people to do a whole video like that, who have already done videos like that, who can speak on some of the adversities that Kendrick Lamar and Drake are both talking about, and are way more knowledgeable than me, have much more insight into the rap culture, and are much more devoted fans than I ever was. They have done a way better job than I ever could. I do feel comfortable talking about how Drake is a freak. A certified fucking freak. Megan's Law shit. Get his BBL revoked shit. To give a very, very, very tiny brief summary of the rap beef going on between Kendrick Lamar and Drake so that you are caught up to speed why we are talking about this today. Kendrick Lamar has basically started the best rap beef that we have seen in a very long time. In my Megan versus Nicki video, I did say that this is the year of rap beef. The girls are fighting! However, unfortunately, every single one that we've gotten this year has been surrounded by like very deep, sinister, evil-ass, creepy, awful, illegal shit. So Kendrick Lamar released a diss track called Meet the Grams, where he makes accusations about Drake having sexual predators on his music label, OVO. And although Kendrick didn't explicitly call Drake a groomer in this song, he suggests that there's a lot of inappropriate behavior from Drake by being associated with these sexual predators. With lyrics like, he's got sex offenders on OVO that he keeps on a monthly allowance. Kendrick Lamar also released the song Not Like Us, in which the accusations are more direct. They imply that Drake has an interest in young girls and warn listeners to be cautious around him. Say, Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to the cell block 1 to any that talk to him and they in love. Just make sure you hide your little sister from him. Certified lover boy, certified. Yeah! Now, this is not the first time that we have heard about Drake's ongoing creepy behavior, especially with really young women, but this is definitely the most mainstream that it has become, considering that a lot of people didn't even know about these allegations or just didn't care prior to this. And then Drake released The Heart Part 6, where he addressed and denied the allegations, where he says, if I was fucked on girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. I'm way too famous for this shit you just suggested. That is crazy to me. Like, I agree. Like, there is no famous men who have gotten away with ever being predators ever. Huh. Doing S-word with minors? Yeah, no, it's literally never happened before where they have just gotten away. So this whole conversation gets sparked about Drake being a creep. And now people are suddenly a lot more comfortable talking about it. Like, you know what? That shit Drake did in 2010 was weird. Kendrick Lamar was not afraid to, like, let it all out. Also, like Epstein, I said, there's so much more to all of this rap beef, but there's one thing that Kendrick did make sure that he let Drake know is that he hopes that he dies. Literally, if you took a shot every time he says, you should die, or implies you should die, you'd be dead. Anyway, everything that I'm saying in this video is like, before we talk about all the beautiful women on this dead. Anyway, everything that I'm saying in this video is like, before we talk about all the beautiful women on this wall, let's talk about grooming. Allegedly! Because some of you guys don't really fucking know what it is. Grooming is a manipulative tactic used by abusers to gain a victim's trust and prepare them for abuse. It can involve building relationships with children, young people, their families, and friends to gain their trust and make them seem trustworthy. Groomers may also try to isolate their victims, make them feel dependent, and coerce them into agreeing to abuse. Grooming can take place over a short or long period of time from weeks to years. And grooming can involve asking the victim to keep secrets, trying to find out things about the victim, sending messages or images, giving gifts or compliments, making the victim feel isolated, threatening the victim, and making things seem too good to be true. Grooming itself doesn't have any criminal penalties. However, facilitating criminal sexual act is considered a crime. I think a lot of time when we naturally think of like grooming, but what a lot of people don't know is that something does not necessarily need to happen in order for it to be grooming. A lot of people may compare Abby Lee Miller as someone who had groomed a whole group of girls within the dance team. These coaches or role models or people above you with power over you can be groomers. And when we get to talking about all of these situations, there is a clear emphasis of a power dynamic of Drake being the one with the power and the woman being with the less power. In 2010, Tia Jayat, or Tia Owens, identified herself as a teenager who shared the intimate moment with the Toronto rapper on stage at a show in 2010 in an attempt to clarify the incident. What was the incident in question? I'm not gonna show you. Back in the day, back in my day, back when I was really young, artists would have girls come up on stage and they would serenade them and sometimes hump them and dance on them and grind on them and sometimes kiss them. Drake did that too, except Drake couldn't possibly find someone his own age, him being the ripe old age of 24 at the time, the same age that I am right now, but his team had selected a 17-year-old girl to come on the stage, in which he kisses a 17-year-old fan and says, "Y'all gonna have me get carried away again. I get in trouble for this shit. Like, how old are you?" Tia can be heard saying 17 in response. "I can't go to jail yet, man. 17? Why do you look like that? You're thick. Look at all this," Drake responds as the audience boos. "Well, I guess that brings this to a close, huh?" he adds before continuing his performance. "I don't know if I should feel guilty or not, but I had fun. I like the way your breasts feel against my chest. I just want to thank you," he shared before kissing her on the hand, on both cheeks, on the forehead, and lastly on her lips. And he was 7 years older than her. I'm 24 years old now. The thought of kissing a 17-year-old actually makes me want to die. Tia Owens has posted on her Instagram story that she is the teenager who shared the intimate moment with the Toronto rapper. She says, "I was 17 back then and I'm 31 now. This was a concert that my dad took me to back in high school. Drake's entourage actually picked me out from the crowd of people, not Drake himself. It was nothing then and still nothing now." Regardless of how Tia herself feels about the situation, I'm obviously happy that she's not traumatized from the situation. I would not wish that upon anyone. However, that does not make what Drake did okay. You are a grown-ass adult with a fan on stage who already there is this weird superiority complex there, and then doing something quite literally illegal. You can't escape that. Ever. Not on my watch. Now, fortunately, the video that did get posted 5 years ago of Drake kissing the 17-year-old on stage suspiciously got taken down while the Kendrick Lamar disses were being pushed out. Suddenly, it violated community guidelines, but it didn't violate community guidelines before. I'm not saying this is what it is. This is my own speculation, but teams are able to pull down videos by getting like ownership or copyright over certain videos, and they can then pull them down from the internet. They basically use AI to like track that video being re-uploaded anywhere. It immediately gets pulled down. Could this be part of his PR team like scrambling and trying to pull this shit down so that people aren't observing what he actually did? Maybe. That's just speculation. I literally don't know. I don't know a thing. Don't ask me. What? Kylie Jenner! Sorry, I know my neighbors don't know who he actually did. Funny. Maybe. That's just speculation. I literally don't know. I don't know a thing. Don't ask me. I scrambling and trying to pull this shit down so that people aren't observing what he actually did. Maybe. That's just speculation. I literally don't know. I don't know a thing. Don't ask me. What? Kylie Jenner! Sorry, I know my neighbors don't want to hear me scream Kylie Jenner at midnight, but spin around 3 times and say Kylie Jenner in front of the mirror. Look who pops up. When Kylie Jenner was turning 16, at her sweet 16, guess who was there? You'll never believe it. Yes. I know you guys can't guess. 27-year-old Drake. Why? He was performing at a Sweet 16.
Cup,
however, one thing to perform at a Sweet 16 when you're trying to, rise to fame. Another thing to be kissing said 16-year-old when you're literally 11 years older than her.
Who was ever in your collection?
Alright guys, I never close the door. I always want you to have access to see that, yes, I do in fact have an in-unit. Kissing said 16-year-old when you're literally 11 years older than her. Stop! Alright guys, I never close the door. I always want you to have access to see that, yes, I do in fact have an in-unit washer-dryer. My cats are fighting. So, when Drake is 28 years old, he releases a song 6 p.m. in New York, in which he calls out his rival Tyga and even puts his relationship with Kylie Jenner on blast. Mind you, Kylie Jenner is also already in a toxic, abusive relationship with a major age gap that I don't fucking know how that was even allowed, but in which Drake says, I heard a little homie talking reckless and vibe, Drake raps, referencing Tyga's October 2014 interview with the magazine in which he disses Drake and Nicki Minaj. Quite a platform you choose, you should have kept it inside.
Nicki.
Oh, you tried. It's so childish calling my name on the world stage. You need to act your age, not your girl's age. The call is quite literally coming from inside the house. However, Drake and Kylie first sparked dating rumors in 2019 after she split from Travis Scott. So US Weekly claimed at the time that their relationship was more platonic, with a source revealing that their friendship did take a romantic turn. At his Halloween party, they were affectionate and clearly they're together. They've been seeing each other romantically, and he also showed up to Kendall Jenner's birthday. Now, Kylie and Travis ended up rekindling their relationship. Drake took to Instagram to tease his fans with an unreleased song featuring Future, in which he said, yeah, I'm a hater to society, real shit. Kylie Jenner, that's a side piece. Yeah, I got 20 motherfucking Kylies. At the time, Kylie was 22 and Drake being 33. And also simultaneously in that same song, he also called out Kendall Jenner and Gigi Hadid, claiming he also had 20 of them. And while it is not illegal to be dating a girl over the age of 18, that is fully within her right and something that she can decide and do, I think it's important to note though that he knew her since she was quite literally a teenager. I don't know about the sane people in the room. I don't know. You guys let me know. Let me know in the comments down below.
Crazy, man.
A teenager.
Now, I'm going to say this now because Kylie's older. I'm pretty sure she's 26, 27 now. She didn't really need lip fillers, bro. I mean, she was stuck with that look, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know about the sane people in the room. I don't know. You guys let me know. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you guys know people from when they were children and teenagers, and then when they become 18, you're like, you know what, I think it might be a good idea for me to date them. As if there's not a crazy power dynamic there in the first place. First of all, I can't even imagine interacting with someone under the age of 18 now because I'm 24 and I don't really have any business doing that unless they're family. I cannot wait for the men angry in the comments of this video. My video about age gap relationships, men were pissed. It's weird when someone calls you a creep, right? Yeah, I know. Who is friends with Kylie Jenner? None other than Hailey Bieber. At the time, Hailey Baldwin. She said when she was 18 years old that she's known Drake for about 4 years and that they're really good friends.
I've known him for a long time. I don't know if people really know that. I've known him for about 4 years, so.
When Hailey was 14, Drake was 26.
I wonder if people thought that then, you know? If people saw that interview right when it happened and they looked up her age and it's like, oh, she's what, 20 at the time of that clip, and then she said that and they look at 40. Drake noticed since she was 16, but I'm pretty sure, you know, they didn't think of it like that since, you know, it wasn't that type of thinking wasn't prominent at the time, you know. It was just oh shoot, it was just oh snap, that's weird, you know, and then they just moved on.
I'm gonna be 26 in 2 years. I don't fucking hang out with 14-year-olds, let alone call them good friends. Sorry, I'm getting heated because you can't rationalize this. So mind you, once again, someone that he has known since she was a child, 14. What is that? A freshman in high school? In 2016, Haley19 said this about Drake. I've known him for a long time. I don't know if people really know that. Haley and Drake were spotted getting very affectionate at Memorial Day on May 30th and were spotted grabbing a romantic dinner just one day later. Plus, HollywoodLife.com was exclusively told that their date night ended back at his place. And as if the two coupley outings in a row aren't suspicious enough, Drake even wore Haley's H necklace after their rendezvous. And on top of that, Haley proudly sported Drake's Toronto Raptors jacket to the MMVAs. Either this is one crazy close friendship, or their great friendship is slowly turning into a relationship. And in a video, Haley was asked to choose between Bieber or Drake, in which she chose Bieber, but said,
obviously I pick Bieber. But like, then don't tell Drake I said that.
Don't tell Drake I said that. Now, this is in a time where Justin and Haley were on a break and not together. It has also been reported that he was pursuing Haley, and he has been showering her with gifts. He's trying really hard. Remember what I told you about grooming? Justin Bieber did in fact get his feelings hurt and decide to drop his own cover of Hotline Bling with his own custom lyrics. I know you called him on his cell phone when you couldn't reach my love. Called him on his cell phone. I know on the Hotline Bling, I'm sure I'm not your only fling. Every time I leave the city, you've been hanging out with him like, I don't know, stay away from places that we always go. Telling him that we don't even talk no more. Every time you leave the city, you try to run game on me like it's just us, but I seen you in a Snapchat on his tour bus. When you hit my line, it don't mean that much. So then Drake releases a song called Bahamas Promises and says Haley, in which he spells Haley the exact same way as Haley Bieber, okay? And there's a lot of ways to spell Haley, and I'm not talking about like Hayleigh. He spelled it Hailey, Haley Bieber style. Haley, it's sad that I know all the tea. Broken pinky promises. You fucked up our Bahamas trip. I know that you're not for me. Tired of your apologies. You put the no in monogamy. You know that you're not for me. The song continues. You're living in my mind for free. And for someone you don't miss, I sure feel like somebody you need. You should have been with me. And people do speculate that this is about Hailey Bieber. I don't know what that dynamic is like. Anyway, let's talk about Jorja Smith. Jorja Smith and Drake first started collabing in 2016. She was born June 11, 1997, and she's an English singer. She's from Warsaw, West Midlands. She's independently released numerous
West Midlands?
I should get cancelled. You know, the fully conscious baby who wants to get cancelled first? Me! She's independently released numerous singles and one extended play. She's collaborated with other artists, but most notably with Drake, Stormzy, Kali Uchis, as well as producer Predator. There is speculation that when she was 19, they dated when he was 30. Once again, not illegal. However, when you are a smaller artist, is there a power dynamic? Because Drake is like a big ass fucking artist and she is a smaller artist. Yeah. So when Drake was 31, he was singing about Jorja Smith, who was 20 years old in 2018 in the song Jaded. We could have waited. I wasn't rushing. Difference in ages.
Didn't he also make a song called Jorja Smith that was like on his playlist album? What was it? October's very own playlist? The one where he had Drake's dad on the cover. He had a song on there called Jorja Smith, I think it was called. He did make a song called Jorja Smith. It was on something, bro. I remember having it in my iPod and I was listening to that song. Of course, I didn't know who Jorja Smith was, you know, or know of that relationship or that pairing. I just know that, oh, okay, he liked to go call Jorja Smith, and, you know, I like the song.
So you're old enough, but you're still a baby. Weird, loser, weird. That's weird. You can recognize that your partner is of legal age today, but you're still like, there's a really big difference in our ages, and you're still a baby. Maybe that person's a little too young for you. It's not illegal, but morally, it's weird. What does a 30-year-old have in common with a 19-year-old? I don't know. Millie Bobby Brown. Millie Bobby Brown, November 2017. Millie Bobby Brown was 13. She was 13 and he was 31. That's bad fucking news when you can reverse your ages. It's like a fucking palindrome. That should
Dude, that's what I was thinking. I never said it. Like 13 and 31, bro. It's like what? That's crazy.
That's bad fucking news when you can reverse your ages. It's like a fucking palindrome. That should not be happening. You should not be talking to a girl that your ages are a fucking palindrome. Unless you're like 44. Then go ahead and talk to your like fucking 44-year-old girlfriend. I don't care. This is the one that he's getting a lot of shit on. Rightfully so. Because it's probably the scariest and also like it's so out there. So the first two met when Millie Bobby Brown attended his concert in Brisbane, Australia, and they hung out after the show. show, with both stars sharing photos from the meeting on their social media pages at the time. She even posted a photo and she's like, this guy, heart emoji, duh, because it's like fucking Drake, and you're like, oh my god, this is awesome. So apparently they met at a hotel. They were both staying at some hotel in Australia. Millie later revealed that Drake had personally invited her to a show and said that he was just as starstruck by her as she was by him. Speaking at the SAG Awards shortly after, she said that he was just as starstruck by her as she was by him. Speaking at the SAG Awards shortly after, she explained,
tell us all about this. You and Drake
is my man. I love Drake. He's amazing.
Speaking of W Magazine, Millie Bobby Brown also revealed that she and Drake went to dinner together after the concert, as well as the following night before meeting up again in Sydney. And shortly after their Australian hangouts, Millie shared a photo of herself laughing on a balcony to her social media pages and credited the photo to Drake. The best thing that Millie Bobby Brown ever did for herself was be the young and naive girl that she should be at 13, rightfully so, and talk about it publicly everywhere that yes, Drake is texting me. Yes, Drake did invite me to multiple dinners and multiple outings.
She's talking
yes,
to a
Drake is my
girlfriend
friend. Yes, Drake helps me out with boys.
She's the news media like her girlfriend or something.
I love him. I met him in Australia.
I think she,
and,
when she was in this, she was like
honestly
14,
so
15, so she was
a great friend and
starting
a great role model. You know,
realize,
we just texted each other the other day, and he's like, "I miss you so much." I was like, "I miss you more." He's coming to Atlanta,
she still
so I'm
reveals
definitely
some,
gonna
but doesn't reveal too
I'm
much.
so excited. Yeah. What is
that is the best thing that Millie Bobby Brown could have ever done, because the one thing, you know Drake was punching the air, pissed as shit when he found out that Millie Bobby Brown revealed that, yes, we are friends. Like, fuck. Ever.
The day he was like, "I miss you so much." I was like, "I miss you more." He's coming to Atlanta, so I'm definitely gonna go and see him. I'm so excited. Yeah.
That is the best thing that Millie Bobby Brown could have ever done, because the one thing, you know Drake was punching the air, pissed as shit when he found out that Millie Bobby Brown revealed that, yes, we are friends. Like, fuck. That was supposed to be a secret. Because yeah, it looks fucking weird when you're talking to a 13-year-old and you're 31. What the fuck do you have in common with a 13-year-old? So then 2 months later, Millie Bobby Brown invited Drake to be her +1 to the Netflix Golden Globes after party, sharing a photo of them together at the event with their followers and writing, "Blessed to have my security be my +1 at the Netflix party. We text all the time. He helps me with everything. Just life lessons. He's amazing. He's a great human." And when asked what they text each other about, because yeah, what the fuck do you guys text each other about? Millie replies, about boys.
Advice does he give you? Like, what does he say? About boys. He helps me. What? Yeah. He's great. He's wonderful. I love him.
And when pressed for further details, she coyly responded,
"You know, that stays in the text messages."
Rightfully so. They started to raise eyebrows, because that's like so many red flags going off at once. I don't even know a 13-year-old, but I have nothing in common with a 13-year-old, let alone I have no business giving relationship advice to a 13-year-old. So Millie's comments raised some eyebrows, obviously, in which Millie had to issue an Instagram statement defending Drake, in which she said, "Why you gotta make our lovely friendship your headline? You guys are weird. For real. I'm lucky to have people in the business extend their time to help me further my career and offer me their wisdom and guidance. I'm very blessed to have amazing people in my life. You don't get to choose that for me. It's nice to have people understand what I do. Now get back to talking about real problems in the world other than my friendships."
You don't know me, Mom.
So while Kendrick did say in his songs, Drake, you're
what
a
I do.
weirdo for being involved with underage girls, never name dropped, didn't name drop at all, never mentioned Millie Bobby Brown, Drake decided to put in the Heart Part 6, unwarranted, only fucking with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Brown's, I'd never look twice and no teenager. Who said anything about Millie Bobby Brown? Well, that's not the first time that he name dropped Millie Bobby Brown. In his 2023 track, Another Late Night, he says, "Weirdos in my comments talking about some Millie Bobby. Bring them jokes up to the gang. We really get to flocking." And also in 2020, his song When to Say When, a lot of people speculate that his line, "Michael Jackson shit, but the palace is not for kids," was a reference to response to people calling him creepy. However, it didn't really work out, considering that Michael Jackson was charged with multiple counts of staying minors in his estate in 2003. Drake's not really good at this whole, like, defending himself.
Allegedly.
If you guys haven't noticed. 2018, Bella Harris. E! News at the time was like, "We can confirm the rapper closed down RPM Italian in Washington, D.C. this week for a private dinner with 18-year-old model Bella Harris." A source says Drake waited for the upscale eatery to clear out before heading into the main dining room on Monday evening, where Bella then joined them. I even said what they ate in this report. The rumored couple noshed on RPM Italian specialties such as the roasted cinnamon, corn agnolotti, and piccata moderno, and whipped potatoes before being escorted out together, our insider shares. However, Bella Bella Harris did post on Instagram denying the outing, saying that she was happily working and dining in New York City for Fashion Week that week, and she was never in DC at all. And it's like, okay, Nicole, like, she was 18. Is it weird? Yes, but it was legal. Keep in mind, guess when he met her? Guess when he was taking really weird photos with her? Guess when? You'll never guess. Bella Harris was 16 when he was taking weird-ass photos with her. I would take a photo like that with a 16-year-old, and I am 24. Drake and Bella Harris met when she was 16 because her dad is a famous producer. Their first photos together are actually a week after she turned 16. So while we never know if they actually dated, whether he did rent out this restaurant for her, it is odd to be taking photos like that with a 16-year-old. However, something important to note, Bella Harris's father, Jimmy Jim Harris, the legendary producer, had liked this post in which Isaac Hayes III says, so let me get this straight, an army of rappers, singers, producers, managers, bloggers, podcasters, streamers, journalists, and Kendrick Lamar fans banded together to try and destroy Drake's career with criminal pedophilia allegations, colorism attack, culture vulture accusations, and misinformation music, and he's still standing. And y'all still debating who won? Evidently, Bella Harris's father taking side with Drake and the whole rap beef. Billie Eilish. In 2019, Billie Eilish with Drake and the whole rap beef. Billie Eilish. In 2019, Billie Eilish did her annual interview with Vanity Fair, which she revealed that one of the most famous people in her phone is actually Drake.
I have Drake's phone number. Drake is like the nicest dude I've ever spoken to. I mean, I've only like texted him.
He's so nice. Like, he does not need to be nice, you know? You know what I mean? No, I don't. Why shouldn't a man be nice? He should be nice. Why? Because he's fucking famous? Because he's a man? Fuck out of here. Billy continues saying he's at a level in his life where he doesn't need to be nice, but he is, you know? This didn't sit well with fans at all. Many fans called out the 33-year-old rapper's friendship with Billy, who turned 18 on December 18th, noting that the 15-year age gap between them. This sparked the whole conversation with Millie Bobby Brown all over again. When fans pointed this out on social media, Billie Eilish immediately defended Drake, similar to Millie Bobby Brown. You guys are weird for real. I'm lucky to have people in the business extend their time to help me further my career and offer their wisdom and guidance.
So she's saying the same thing as Millie, bruh. Is Drake giving these girls scripts on what to say? Like, verbatim scripts? Like, just slight different indications just to, you know, not make it all seem the same? What the hell? All they're saying, you guys are weird. I'm lucky I have people in the business. Like, what? Tell me further my career, give me guidance. Wisdom and guidance. Oh my god!
Sounds very similar to Millie Bobby Brown. So Billie has been open her entire career about the reason why she prefers to wear baggier clothes, especially when she was under 18, trying to avoid the inevitable sexualization that she is going to go through by weird-ass people, especially as a minor. She said in many interviews before, nobody can be like, she's slim thick, she's not slim thick, she's got a flat ass, she's got a fat ass. Nobody can say any of that because they don't know, she added. So in one of Drake's songs featuring Lil Yachty says, I let her go, she fine as hell, but baby wasn't stylish. Yachty raps, she had big tits like Billie Eilish, but she couldn't sing. Billie Eilish subtly acknowledged this objectification of herself and posted this on her story. While a lot of people defended Drake and were like, okay, Drake didn't say that, Lil Yachty said that, okay, he's not weird. It's Drake's song. Drake knew Billie Eilish since, once again, she was under 18. A fan even said, I don't care. By releasing a song, he's complacent in allowing the objectification of women, particularly one he talked to when she was just a minor. Much like Drake, Lil Yachty, who's now 26, has been friends with Billie since before she turned 18. I'm honestly really grateful that this video's over, because if I had to talk about another girl on this wall that Drake did something really fucking creepy to, I'd probably cry. The sad thing is that just because these are all, you know, the famous ones that we do know about, let's consider all the young women who maybe not as famous, or maybe that are famous and we just simply don't know about. Like I said, one of the best things that Millie Bobby Brown and Billie Eilish did was talk about it, was literally use their naivety to speak about this. Oh, can I mention that Billie Eilish, while partying this last week, was seen singing along to Kendrick Lamar's song, Not Like Us.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
A diss track against Drake. Just something to sit with. We see you, Billie. We fucking see you. It's interesting to think about if some of these women's thoughts and opinions may change on this in the future, on the things that they went through, whether they choose to speak about it or they don't. I do feel like this video is important to make, though, because I know for a fact I have a lot of very young viewers. I know for a fact one of you guys are getting groomed. And I'm not saying that, like, I know one of y'all are getting groomed. There's just too fucking many girls that are following me. It doesn't just have to be girls who get groomed. Anybody can get groomed. There are just too many of you that I know that someone watching this right now is getting groomed. And if watching this and seeing the signs of what grooming can look like, if that can encourage you to seek help, tell someone, an adult that you actually fucking trust and know that you can trust, and help you get out of the situation that you're currently in, and God, I hope that this video does it, okay? Fuck Drake. I normally, like, want to get rid of all the posters that I have for these videos and, like, give them away. I'm, like, literally stashing them all underneath my bed and by my washer and dryer with plans and hopes to give them away to you guys somehow one day. Nobody's getting this shit. This is getting burned. This is getting dumped in the Schuylkill River tomorrow. I'm not gonna litter, but something really evil is gonna happen to it, okay? Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure that you leave it a like. Still out so much. Also leave a comment, anything that you want to add. Normally I would just leave this up. This is coming down. You know the song, like, BBL Drizzy, BBL Drizzy. Yeah, that's not staying there. None of these are actually gonna stay up tonight. Bye!
Alright, you guys, so that was Nicole Raffi explaining Drake's creep lore. You feel me? Yeah, very pretty girl, you know what I'm saying? But yo, son, I don't know why I just, like, pieced the puzzle together, you know what I'm saying? Well, puzzled the pieces together, however you say it, that, like, yo, son, like, Billie Eilish, like, fucking, Millie Bobby Brown. I don't know why those names sound so similar to me in my head, but they all, like, saying the same thing when being, like, confronted about this. It's like, y'all let me know your thoughts, man, down in the comment section down below. You already know it's Boomer, and you're watching Bali Star. Make sure to leave a like, support the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new, so that way you can join up with the Bomb Squad, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. 100. Oh!
Yeah, yeah.